Hey everyone, welcome back to a video. I thought it would be fun to kind of just go through some cards that I think would look really nice as collector's rares. So, um, we all know that collector's rares came out in Toon Chaos. Really nice cards from this set. Stuff like Stardust Dragon, Chaos Emperor Dragon. Um, really nice cards to come as collector's rares. And initially, in my opinion, I wasn't really into them personally, but over time, they've made some really good choices for collector's rares, and they've really grown on me. There's a lot of these cards that I really think look really nice. And they've made some really great choices with these cards. So my criteria for this was, first of all, I just went through the cards that I had in my binders and such, and just picked out some of the ones I think would look good. And so the criteria was that I would like for them to have some sort of playability. That always helps with selling sets, and it makes sense. I think, obviously they have to be able to look nice as a collector's rare, and then just overall collectability as well. So here's some honorable mentions. So I'll just, no particular order. Magic Cylinder, not too much playability, and that's really why it didn't make it into the main list. But it is a super collectible card, and you can see there's a lot of background there for nice collector rare foiling, and people love this card. Call of the Haunted, a little bit more playable. I don't know why this didn't make it into my main list. It's just really hard to pick just 10. I think you could swap in and out a number of these cards, and I wouldn't argue with you. This is a weird one. I just really like this card, and I just wanted to give it some love. Really popular anti-meta deck card back in. It was used for a while, but this was obviously a Light of Destruction card. Really cool card. Also, it would look good as a collector's rare because look at all that nice background. Raigeki. So this card already has an ultimate rare print, but this card I know would look fantastic as a collector's rare, and so that's why it's in the honorable mention. I tried not to pick cards that already had an ultimate rare printing because I feel like collector's rare is sort of like the spiritual successor. And lastly, another card that would honestly be perfectly fine in the main top 10. This is kind of like a last minute addition. I think this recently got unbanned, recently-ish. So, obviously, people love Harpy's stuff. So, those are some honorable mentions. I'm going to get into the main top 10. And again, this is not in any kind of order, and it's just my opinion. The first one is Jinzo. I feel like this is a pretty obvious pick. I mean, super classic card. It's got that portrait look, so there's a lot of foiling potential there for a collector's rare, and it's pretty playable. Maybe not in the current format, but obviously negating all traps is pretty great, and it's super collectible. I think this is like probably the strongest pick on my top 10. So Jinzo. And next is Breaker. Really popular in GOAT. Just a really cool looking swordsman there. Really collectible. This card's are super hard to get in PSA 10. Magician's Force. I think people always debate whether this one or the Tournament Pack 7 is the highest rarity. I personally prefer the Tournament Pack 1, but MFC also looks pretty nice. Sangam, this is one I feel like you could probably switch out. I don't know. I think this card's always been pretty cool, and it doesn't really have too many foil printings. So this is the Retro Pack 1. So I think it's pretty usable as well in GOAT. Next is DMOC. So I thought this was another obvious choice as well, just because you have Chaos Emperor and Blackluster Soldier, so you can have the trio. And I believe that's pretty playable too in GOAT. You can recycle spells with it. So here's an odd one. This is not a playable card. I just really like this card. I don't know. I think this is the highest rarity of this card. It may also have another Ultra printing in one of the newer sets, like very recent. Is it Magnificent Mavens or something? I think this got another printing, but this thing would look really nice as a collector's rare. So that's it for the monsters. Delinquent Duo, really collectible card, really playable. It's got a lot of open background for nice foiling potential, so not much to say there. This one, I wasn't sure if I wanted to go with this anime art or the like LOB art. I wound up going with this one just because I think this is really nice, especially when you look at it closely. Like, it's a really nice looking card, and it really hasn't been printed much, so I just chose this to, you know, maybe get this card or this this art a little bit more love. But you could go with the other one as well. I think the other LOB art probably actually lends itself better to be a collector's rare just because of the open background. But you know, got Snatch Steel. Man, I mean, just imagine the foiling on this card. Really nice. I mean, that would be beautiful. It's got like Rescue Cat, or not Rescue, Rescue Rabbit vibes. So the last Magic card we have is Monster Reborn. I think this is at 1, so it's sort of playable. But you know, this card has a ton of printings, but it does not have an ulti print. Prismatic does look really nice on it, though. I mean, look at that. So again, big open background, like probably the most collectible Magic card in the game, spell card. So I mean, it's a pretty obvious pick. And there's just one trap card, and that is Mirror Force. I thought this was a pretty obvious pick as well. This is probably like the most iconic trap card out there. You know, I remember back in 2002, 2004, like, you had to have that in your deck in order to be any kind of competitive. So, super classic card. So again, this wasn't like any kind of order. It was just kind of, I just went through my binder and I just picked some stuff that I thought would look nice. So, you know, let me know what you think I missed and what you would choose. See ya.